We've been doing quite a bit on my group. We don't have a whole lot of members right now, and that's why I'm making this video. I implore you guys to join the Civil Soldiers of the Wasteland. Anyone who's joining who might be interested, I would very much enjoy if you guys would join our group.
Make sure you tell them what it is.
The Civil Soldiers of the Wasteland, let me explain to you what it is, give you the rundown real quick. The Civil Soldiers of the Wasteland is a Civil War era kind of group. We run around with Confederate uniforms and Union outfits, and we use black powder weapons. It's not required, it's not a necessity, but it's something that you can play along with if you want.
It's
but
the comical / role play aspect. It's just there for...
Yeah.
I've been in that situation where all my black powder rifles are like, nope. And I'm like, hey, Deathclaw, remember about that Christmas party? I was sitting next to you. And he just said, dead. Okay. it's just there. It's funny. I'm in the group. I like it. It's very fun to run around the game with the concept of a soldier who wouldn't know what the hell's going on. Or even, as I remember you saying, was like a vault.
Where they came into the Civil War era, or they came into the new era, but they were stuck in the Civil War times. Like they still use the older stuff. They put more trust into black powder rifles, thinking that they're more reliable.
Well, they are.
In that sense, in my opinion, the more manual something is, the more often it's going to work, because the more mechanical you let things be, the more it's going to malfunction and slop up, right?
Yep.
So what if you don't have barely any moving parts at all? Hence, a black powder weapon. A weapon that
moves right now is the firing mechanism.
Yeah, that's why I said very little. There's some moving parts, but not a whole lot. You do everything else manually. Loading the charge, the powder, the blasting cap, the
blasting caps are fun.
Yeah.
They're very painful if they go off in your hand. But it's all there. You're the mechanism that's going to play.
Though there are a lot of risks that come with a black powder weapon.
Yeah.
Recoil is... But not only that, if you load too much powder, you could end up blowing the gun up on yourself.
Oh, yeah, I know that for sure.
Somebody got themselves killed themselves because they wanted to... Instead of, they were in a movie theater setting, and they wanted for their final act, the dual pistols, they wanted to actually fucking kill someone, and it hilariously backfired on them because they ended up loading too much powder into the damn gun. So
I'm pretty measurable on black powder.
They got karma before they even did anything. Just for thinking about it.
They lost that duel.
Yeah.
As well. But,
it was supposed to be a fake duel, but the one who tried to make it real ended up losing to himself. That's...
Hey, stupid people give us a reason to think back and learn.
And
so.
Like I said, coffee machines are the only thing that we use black powder for. So,
right.
That's kind of the gist. But I wanted to go through the rules real quick for those who do not remember. Number 1, and this is the most important rule, don't be a dick. Don't disrespect people in the group or anyone else on their tag. If I catch you, that's a warning. And if I catch you again, you're out. No fucking takebacks, none of that. I do not abide by disrespectful members of a group, and I have seen it firsthand when I went and was with Gas when he tried to join the Appalachia chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. Not very friendly. Not friendly at all. Pissed me off.
And they felt like they were the right. They didn't even see the double end. And they felt like that I owed them an apology for joining and wasting their time. When really they didn't do anything anyway but bully low levels. Called awful chaos, just for the sake of, we want that typewriter you just picked up, and we want to nuke your mate for that typewriter. Instead of going to get a new one. Did I tell you about that brown bike? One of their buddies got banned for doing that.
No, you did not tell me.
Spaces because they didn't want to give up some clean typewriter. They went on a nuking spree and chased these dudes. If they left the game and moved to a new server, they'd find another person that they pull the other Brotherhood group method. We're going to follow you around until we get you because you didn't give us what we wanted.
And you know
It's just,
what sucks
it's
the
a me
most?
moment with the disrespect.
A lot of people have that. We've tried to get new members into the group, and they've just been dicks to us.
They see a rule
I
as a
don't-
threat.
I don't see why people have to be such assholes. It's not hard to be nice to somebody.
Nope. Or at least try to.
People go in there screaming, I'm an entitled fuck. And I'm like, you know what? Bye, bitch, gone. No FOSPA, no $200 for you.
God.
Seriously.
That's how it is, though. I mean,
I hate my
it's like
thoughts.
the hell. It's Howard. I found cover. Oh my gosh.
But
I called him that recently. He's like, okay. I wish he'd join our group. I think he'd like that.
I think he would like it
our
as well.
group.
I think Chip would like it as well. I think everyone
I don't know
that
about Chip now. I mean, yeah, give them a chance, but personally with Chip, I don't know about his personality.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
but he's
nice
not
to him.
but he's not like a full-on dick. That's what I like about him.
Right, but of course, their group is also what I mentioned about Tyler recently. Is the groups are not even relevant. No, they're not relevant. Sorry, I'm reading some other stuff. I'm sorry. No, his groups don't have a definite leader. They have a high elder and something else. They don't say, well, I'm the leader because I'm high elder. They kind of pulled what I did, a democratic perspective. They take votes on things. I don't. But Chip seems a little young, in my opinion. He's in his. I always said he was 16 or something like that. Maybe Chip was a year and a half younger than him. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know about them, but I would be willing to give them a go as long as they agree to the terms of service and conditions that they wouldn't, as long as they follow the rules, I'm fine. If you don't think about inviting them, go crazy. But
Okay.
before he invited Alloy more than once, and he quote unquote busy watching YouTube and doing homework and.
Well, when he's in the
acknowledging us
next
and-
time he's in the Xbox chat, I'll invite him directly. But
He's in the store with the headset right now, but I can't. He's not. Actually, I could. Actually, we're in a party right now. I better not do that.
yeah, but here's another thing. The second rule. This one's almost as important as don't be a dick. Please, for the love of fuck, be active. I shouldn't have to stress this as much as I do. But people are so willing to join a fucking group and just not be there for people and not help with things.
In a slight nature, I do believe the ones that aren't even there at all. Well, it's there to say, oh, I'm in a pretty interesting group. Or, oh, hey, I'm covering surveillance. Or, I'm waiting for them to give me something I want, and then I'm going to fuck off. Like that.
All of it's just a fucking me moment. I don't ask you much. If you stay in the group, you'll get your due rewards. If you be nice in the group, you get your due rewards. If you do what you're supposed to do in this fucking group, you will get your due rewards. But until then, you won't be getting jack shit from me.
Chill, buddy, chill.
Those are my requests. Because I have seen but here's the problem. I have seen so many people just unwilling to be here, to be there, to fucking even just stick around. And I'm very grateful
we don't
for the ones
want
who
you
have.
to be active all the time, but some people didn't even want to chat with us. They just joined to say, like I said, that I joined a bunch of idiots in a group. They did it to gawk and make a meme out of us in a way. It's, oh, you guys are using black powder weapons or whatever it was the last time we met a group. They find it meme worthy.
And I did make a joke group a while ago. It's still active, but that is not my main group. That's not even what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the civil soldiers and that's it. Rule number 3. I think the third rule is none of the
I'll
stuff
check it
that
for you.
none of the stuff that we ask. I'm just gonna go ahead and point this out real quick while he checks. None of the stuff we ask of you regarding items is a necessity. So if I catch anybody in my group in trying to enforce it on new members, I won't stand for that.
They can only vocally enforce it if they're.
But I'm
not
just saying, it's like,
allowed to,
you can't do that. You can't just use a 10mm submachine gun. I'm not gonna hold it against anyone in my group just because they want to use a specific weapon. I'm not gonna do that.
Are you talking about the rules in the vending?
I'm just talking about people.
No,
that might take it a little bit.
I'm looking for the rules. I haven't found it yet.
Oh, might take it a little bit too bit seriously for weapons and stuff that we have. Like, you can only use black powder weapons. It's not what this is about. That's a role player perspective. You can use it if you want. It's kind of a request. I would like to see you using them, but you don't have to. You can use whatever you want.
It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you don't. Like, I'm going to be using a submachine gun for those moments where that Deathclaw decides that he doesn't like black powder rounds.
As to why I request it and not enforce it. Because you know how fucking brutal the wasteland is, and so many situations, had I not been using, like, let's say a minigun or 50 cal machine gun or something that wouldn't fit in the category that was requested, you and I would have both got fucking destroyed by whatever we were fighting.
I think we still get destroyed sometimes.
We do, but it would have been a whole lot worse if I didn't use that stuff. And you know what that would have done? It would have made me look bad simply because I was only using a fucking black powder rifle, and it's like, that's all I'm gonna use. It's a group requirement. No, use whatever is best for you. If you want to use black powder rifles, that's fine. I don't really care.
And with that being said, your group is near some pretty good monument locations. The robots at those locations
are not required either. You can set up camp with me or any of my members, but it's not required you to move your camp anywhere. You can still leave your camp. That's not what I was saying. But I wanted to say that just in case people would thought that way.
Right. And the robots at Prickett Fort talk about reenactment. I think that would be something fun to do if we get enough members that are active. We might do a YouTube or something, a capture card or something like that, play off of us doing a firing demonstration or something with some groups running on clockwork like they're actually doing a demonstration.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like, people are visiting Prickett's Fort to see what it's like. I don't see the rules yet. I mean, in the chat it talks about vending, but that's all I could find of the Xbox specifically. I mean, we pretty much covered the basic necessities, things you should know what you're doing when you
I wanted to point out a few other things,
though.
I wanted to point a few other things, though. If someone offers you a trade instead of vending, if you're going to be vending with us, you better be open to trades in general, because we don't have, while I do collect quite a bit of caps with what I do, but I don't, I haven't been doing that as of recent. I might go back to that. But if someone offers you a trade, please consider it. Vending will be, I expect all vending within our group to be fair and not have, like, crutches, caps are not, it's not worth any amount of caps in the world, or 30K, or else, or, you know, you got a weapon, but I'm not going to trade it to you for that weapon. Don't do that. Please don't be that guy. At least consider it. I'm not saying I'm not forcing you to give them that, but at least consider what they have in their inventory and see if you can work out a trade. Maybe even some caps and a weapon. That would work.
I'd chuck off some tokens, you know. Tokens are fine. Tokens do.
Like, the claim tokens are pretty valuable. Maybe trade in for some of those. But
well, not a claim token, but what we call claim token
Claim
are not
tickets
the
is what I mean.
same. Yeah, those are good. Someone would love
Yeah,
that right
people
now. I'm
would
pretty
love
sure.
to trade that shit.
It's how it is.
And another thing, if you're gonna be in this group and be active, we expect you to be with us. You don't have to be up our ass, but please be around for when we need you. That's kind of a situation that kind of happens more often than some people would like to admit. It's not wrong to ask for help. It's not wrong to say that you're wrong. It's not wrong to admit someone that you are wrong. It's not wrong. It's not a wrong thing to do. It's not a bad thing to do. It's not a bad thing. But please be there to cover our ass if we need it, because we've had a situation recently where someone was doing their quest and we were in the middle of the fucking mire. We got attacked by some honeybeasts that we could not fight, and we got our asses. Well, we did end up beating them, but we could have used the help.
Right. And he didn't want to help because he felt like us asking him for help was preventing him from doing his all hell and all not my quest line.
Also, another thing, we don't bite. Please do not be afraid to ask us for help on quests. We had been there. We'd been through the fucking Wastelander stuff. We know how hard it is. And I wouldn't wish firsthand on anyone to have to, for one thing, to have to server hop a shit ton for rare outfits, and I wouldn't wish on anyone to have to go the Wastelanders alone. They can. It's possible. I've done that a little bit, but it'd be much better when you have friends around to help you do that stuff. So we understand that, and if you need us to help you, even if it's cutting off what we're doing for an entire day, we don't mind. Hell, most of the shit that we do isn't really based on any quests or anything. We just go and find our own shit to do. And also, I'm gonna say this now: if you join this group, I'm gonna go ahead and address this, because I was there. I started doing this myself, but I caught myself because you had a fair point. I quit Fallout a while back. I came back to it, and the friends I was playing with weren't too interesting. So I decided that, I thought I was just bored with the game. I never really gave it too much of a chance afterwards. I just felt like I was bored with the game. And Gas, kind of talked to me about that, and, it gave me a fair point that I was just making an excuse not to play it. And then after that, at
the time though, in the form of context, so at the time you were doing it, it was already been long enough of a time away that
it was after vacation. I had said I wanted to spend vacation without some time away, and and then I came back not wanting to play it because I'd have played it for so long, and then he gave me a fair point, and I was so scared of being bored of it. Even days after I came back to it, I was scared of getting, bored of it. But that hadn't happened. I played every day from then all the way up to the release of Wastelanders.
Right, and it gave you a present, didn't it?
Yes.
It was a wonderful gift waiting for you.
Uniform. Though also, if you have the Mountain Scout uniform, let me know, because that's a very interesting uniform in of itself. But
I just killed a Protectron with 209. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Nice.
White pattern. No, turrets are doing their job for now. I won't acknowledge their existence too much because they do screw up. But hey, it works. It's leveled 2 Protectrons for me while it's reloading.
But yeah, that's just something that I wanted to talk about because nobody had even considered joining our group from my YouTube channel yet, and I just wanted to see if any of you would like to join, because that video
Please do. It's fun. Please. We have lots of fun.
Yeah. But I think that will be all for today on our
Yeah.
subject. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.